Welcome back to the second half of Mostly Laughter, Some Slaughter, Apocalypse Girl.
Mostly laughter, all chaos.
Maybe in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe things will just quiet down.
Honestly, at this point, Brad, I think you and I should team up and make sure that the girl loses, is what I'm thinking.
I think that's a cruel thing to say in a 3-player game. I'm not saying that I would entirely rule out that possibility, but if the girl in the church felt offended by the devil's foul whisperings, maybe I could be convinced to help her out. Although she did deny climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And
pretty forcibly, as I recall.
Yeah. And
please, the dragon. The devil is so passé.
Okay. Coils.
Now, I believe when we left it was my turn?
I just rolled.
Yeah, I just finished my turn.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's Leo's turn.
Trying to, I see how you are. Make sure the girl doesn't, which is okay by me. You want to skip me? Oh, here, I'll destroy you all.
I know the Messiah. He's not as nice a guy as you're making him out to be. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And that's for more power?
Yeah.
Okay. So that just happens.
Nice.
Well, so it increases my power to 3?
Yep. And then you remove those 2 dice.
Alright, so as the church is talking about the climate change and talking about the killing and talking about how maybe destroying other people maybe not be the way to go, maybe we should get along together, because we're going to live on boats in the ocean when all the water destroys the land. So we got to learn to live together amongst each other. That's why the church now tells you, brothers and sisters, that a monogamous relationship is not necessarily the way to go. To have multiple partners, if need be, both men or women, whatever you feel is your flavor. Because when you forge metal together, all the steel is used. When you forge it together, when you get the iron, the bronze, the copper to make the steel, or I'm just listening. When you forge all the metals together, they become one. The bronze, the copper, and it all becomes one. So that's what we have to be. The iron. Exactly.
I may end up joining your church. I like what you say, girl. I'm not lying.
All right. That's my answer.
Yes. I'm just thinking your Messiah is going to be a letdown. That's all I'm saying. All right. My turn. Well, as much as I hate to be predictable, I think it is only fair that I help my unit Arthur continue upon his hero's journey. So I will roll a die, and that die is going to go toward his loyalty. That to the front. There you go. So that's 2 die. He has a power of 1.
So yes, he has become more loyal to the dragon.
Mm-hmm. And so it is that Arthur encounters his great teacher and mentor, Merle. And it is Merle that teaches Arthur that even as we strive for order, we are ultimately creating chaos. And so therefore, order and chaos are not in opposition, but merely two halves of the same coin. And so as we pursue our truth, whatever that truth is, we must not get caught up in ideas of order and chaos, law and dislaw, order and disorder. No, we must strive for the truth that comes from within. For that is the only way that we know we are not corrupted by the desires of the world or the ideas handed down to us by some phony messiah. World, your turn.
All right. I think, again, it's not my fault. But due to all that climate change denial that's been going around,
Mm-hmm.
certain corporations have been just you know pumping out the gases like nobody's business. Somebody's gonna start is gonna uh, make a treaty or uh, write a law that will stop them in the future. So it's going out of style, and it's time to go crazy in the meantime, and that's gonna increase. That's gonna threaten to increase the power of climate change.
The increasing power of climate change.
And yeah, once again, I've managed to roll a 1. So far, that hasn't fucked anything up, but that's me.
Perhaps me and the world are on the same page. We need the world to live. This is pesky dragon. I feel like when Arthur is being talked to by this other person, and they An angel dressed in full armor with incense hanging from her belt, yelling, "For the Emperor or the Messiah."
Works either way.
And she foretells him that, yea, you are looking in the wrong direction. Arthur, perhaps you could be the leader, the next leader, when the Messiah comes to bless this earth with his presence of the Church of the Ironclad. It is calling to you. Oh, look at all these women you can have, or men, whichever you like. We're going to be on boats. It's going to be a cruise on the oceans of the world. All you got to do is book a flight to Orlando, Florida for $300 and then listen to a stupid speech for 6 hours straight in order to get on the cruise ship for unlimited drinks, unlimited gambling, all-you-can-eat buffet for 4 weeks straight.
What a deal!
That's an amazing deal. I think at this point, even Merle is like, "Shit, you dude, you should take that. That's an amazing deal." Holy shit. No wonder they're getting so many converts. This is awesome. This round I definitely have worthy opponents for certain. Yeah. Go over there. Okay. Well, I think that in the midst of all of this, in the midst of Arthur's temptation, in the midst of the growing power of climate change, in the midst of the Universal Church of the Ironclad increasing its power, nobody's really thinking about the mechanistic cyber zombies. And even though there's a virus that's come in and rewritten their programming, I still think they have a little bit of that rage against the machine. A tiny bit. An extremely tiny bit. One tiny bit. I think they're questioning their programming, and I think they're wondering, maybe it would be better if we reached out and listened to this Arthur guy.
I see.
And that also deletes this, and this. That's gone.
Well, the thing is, while they may have a rage against the machine, that virus is still on the net, able to reinfect them even as they start to get angry. So, I am going to roll in opposition to your attempt to change loyalties or change
Awesome.
meanings.
Go ahead.
Let's try not to roll yet another one. Huh? All right.
That is the opposite of a 1.
Yeah.
So that eliminates both those dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about that dice under power? Does that go away?
Nope, that's still there.
That stays there until someone either opposes it or bumps it or does something.
So, little girl,
I believe it's your turn.
lost in the world.
Girl, you'll be a woman soon. Let's just do all the copyright songs.
So, Arthur receives another message from. Oh, dang! From the angel that came out. He's like, not only, friend, you spend 4 weeks on this luxurious cruise around the world, you get to stop by these floating cities, these massive floating cities, and each city you come to, you will receive $1,000 to go spend on whatever you wish in these cities, as well as casino chips that you can use to gamble at the luxurious floating city destinations called Las Botas, a huge casino that floats in the middle of the ocean. Yes, you hear such songs as Celine Dion's doing her theme of the Titanic, as well. On a boat in the middle of the ocean, nothing wrong could go wrong there.
Kind of ironic, yeah.
As well as you can take tours in other destination spots, as well as the huge, massive clock in the middle of the ocean near the north corner of Europe, curiously called the Big Ben boat. All this is included with your deluxe package. A super, super low price of listening to another 6-hour monologue of how you can afford these cruise trips on a monthly basis. All you have to do is sign on the dotted line.
So is that 6 hours like concurrent to the last 6 hours? Is it a total of 12 hours, or can I break that up?
Yeah, you can break it up into 12. Yeah, you could do 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours. So you do 6 hours on the boat, 6 hours on land.
All right, cool.
12 hours total over the course of 4 weeks. I mean, really, are we taking that much time?
Merle is now like, okay, where do I have a pen? Where the fuck do I sign up?
Okay, so
I do like your style. So, I think it's time to remind Arthur that there's more to life than cruises and gambling and visiting exotic locations. I don't know what, but there's something.
Gotta be something.
So I'm going to roll against this. So I need to match and beat it or just beat it?
Okay, so you need to match or beat it. If you beat it, then you get to remove a die. If you roll a 5, you get to actually take control of those dice, and you could use them to say change, like retain control, but I guess change Arthur's meaning. I think.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's find out if that happens. I'm rolling against multi-sided, random side. Nope. So because I got under, that means that my dice just goes away.
I believe so.
Okay. That's done.
But what happened?
Oh, what happens?
How'd that go down?
So, as Arthur is considering whether he wants to dive into the Universal Church of the Ironclad, or whether he wants to to stay true to these ideas that he's come up with while he was fighting and struggling against the corporate machine. There's an increase of chaos in his life, and there's all of these things that happen that sort of seem like portents and signs and indications that, no, you must stay true to your path. Unfortunately, they end up being very inconvenient. And so rather than paying attention to them, he's just like, damn it, I'm late for my meeting again. Damn it, my coffee's cold again.
Nice.
Well,
All right. You want to start something?
I think I think that things are getting a little bit things are going too fast. They're getting a little bit unstable, and the thing about uh, everybody being given free reign to be prolific and multiply with each other within a church is that it really raises attendance, but it also leads to a bit of sort of an Epicurean mindset, a pursuit of pleasures of the body, pleasures of the world.
Nice. Now, so how many dice do you need to take over that thing? Just 2?
Yeah, it has to be higher than its loyalty.
Wow. So you could take over my 3 power by just putting 2 dice there?
Well, I rolled a 2, so I have a feeling that that's not going to work out. But yeah.
Ah, wow.
Mm.
So I have to answer, otherwise I could lose it.
Well, it come into my control as loyalty 1, and you could just take it back maybe, but yeah.
You get 3 dice.
Yeah.
And I worked hard. Yes. The Church of the Ironclad is all about, doing whatever you want. But we have a set guideline. And using controlled substances to control birth rates, such as condoms, birth control, Planned Parenthood, all these concepts that are embraced and taught.
The Golf Channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of their big ones.
Yeah. And cleanliness, so that as not to spread the STDs. And I will see if I can get your thing. Where is that? Oh.
Yep. Okay, so they both go.
They both go?
Yep.
All right. Go forth.
Sir Dragon.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. The Universal Church of the Ironclad is already pretty much preaching my own, mission and ideals. So I don't think it would be too hard for me to just come in there and create a schism, have some members of that church heading off and saying, I think we've got a better way of doing this. Ooh. So yes, I'm going to try. And take over the... No. Two front. I'm going to try and take over the meaning of the Universal Church of the Ironclad.
All right, cool. Okay, Brad.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I need to. I need to check on a rule again. Oh, okay. So, I guess it's important to note that that die on the mechanistic cyber zombies power, while I control the mechanistic cyber zombies, that die is not mine. So I would need to put 2 dice into it to get not just one more, because our die pools are separate.
Okay.
So,
well, that makes sense because you could take over something he already put a die in the power, and then you just slap another die on the power and increase the power.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting if we could change the background of the dice, like the color background of the dice as well.
That would be nice.
But that might be a little too much.
Well, I mean, if there was an easy way to do that, other than having separate... I mean, I could have set up, like, separate dice, like a different color for each of us.
Well, remember, guys, we can switch our colors on our screen. So, like, for example, I can roll 5d6, remember? Like this. And they all are red. See how they're all red?
Uh-huh.
Put them out like that, see?
Oh.
That is a good point. That's a very good point.
Roll it, see, random dice. Boom, and see, roll the 2, and it's still red.
Nice.
See that?
Okay. So, nice. Yeah, I think when we do the when we reset everything at the bottom of the round, let's do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think trying to make that difficult to do, or just
So, Brad, now that he put a token there, and you would put a token, then you would roll off to see who would control the Universal Church? Or...
no. Whoever, unless somebody goes to remove dice, whoever just gets, 2 dice in a stack there first, gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Sorry. That is cool.
Oh.
So basically, you could take over Arthur, right?
No, because I'd have to put 3 dice of my own onto Arthur to take him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. That's what I was saying. Like, you couldn't, because Joe put a dice on there.
Mm-hmm.
You can add to his dice and just take it over, right?
No, I cannot. They're separate pools.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. I think that God damn it! Those silly corporations are putting yet another pipeline into place. It's not even for domestic use. It's being sold off on uh, sold off in another country for a little bit of profit. But what are you gonna do?
True enough. So you need to have 3 dice to have your power go up by 1 because of your loyalty 2, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
And that's me.
All right. It's going to be risky, but I feel this is Arthur's time.
Doesn't seem risky. That seems like you've got Arthur.
It does. Well, there is a risk involved.
Well, okay, it's risky that it looks like you're gonna lose the church.
Well, and now, hang on a second. Charge. All the odd numbered dice go to you. All the even numbered dice go to the other player. Okay.
So let's go to me.
So yeah, you do get a 2. Oh yeah, you do get 2 ready dice.
Yep. And
All right.
I get 1 ready die. And we get.
I get worried.
I think it's about time to fuck the world, don't you?
And I probably shouldn't have erased both copies of that
Whoops.
card I was using, but it wouldn't be too hard to put up another
That's
one.
my fault. I deleted mine.
Brother Arthur, you have now transcended your form as a mechanized cyber zombie. Oh, and you are now the leader of humanity. You are the best of
There
machine
you go.
and humans. You have come together. You are the glorious, immortal emperor of mankind.
Nice.
So I'll change his name to Emperor of Mankind.
Go for it. Emperor of Mankind. I like it. He is now the immortal emperor on the golden throne.
Yep.
He must have a sacrifice of 1,000 ciphers a day in order to live. And suddenly it's Warhammer 20k. Or 40k. But no. Suddenly it's Warhammer 20k, which will eventually lead to Warhammer 40k.
Yes, that's how it works.
that's how that works. So, because of this changeover, because of this happening, there is now an epic destiny. There's now an opportunity. You see, all of this was the dragon's plan, because now I have the ability to move the idea of epic destiny into the world, where there is the emperor of mankind. Well, perhaps there will be the savior of mankind. Perhaps there will be the one to overthrow the emperor. Suddenly, the whole idea of destiny is much more powerful in the world, and I have an opportunity to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any good can come of that.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the chaos.
All right, because the Emperor of Mankind has been found and has been brought forth over to the church. There's an unfortunate side effect to this, that there shall be a purge of the heretics.
Purge of the heretics.
Am I spelling that right? Heretics, H-E-R-T. Yeah. Is that right? Heretics? Am I spelling it wrong?
Yep, that works.
Oh,
Oh, wait, is there another I in there?
It's two E's. H-E-R-E.
I knew I would spell it wrong.
Heretics.
So, heretics, is that right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I never did.
Sorry.
Stay in school, kids. You'll grow up playing Dungeons and Dragons online. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no. It'll
That's what
teach you
spell check
math
is
skills,
for.
but it won't teach you spelling.
Alright. That's me.
And after, excuse me. After all of that ballyhoo, I believe it's my turn.
Yes.
Well, what's life without a little chaos?
No!
I pass.
Good. Oh. Ah.
Ha-ha! He's like, ha-ha-ha!
That was much more effective until 3 more dice got put on the table, but still.
Do those dice stay?
They don't. If there's 3 passes, those dice go.
Oh, wow. So there's no purging of the heretics? I don't know about that.
Yeah. No more purging of the heretics.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't blissed out about how it worked out last time. But I definitely see the potential for things to go kind of poorly. So yeah. Peace and passing. It's good. It's good. Let's have a little breather, everybody.
Yes, after the birth of the Emperor of Mankind. I feel he says no. Because if we purge the heretics, who will we have to do all the to work the strip clubs and the brothels in our casinos? We have to have these people working for us on these cruise ships. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
We cannot purge our cheap labor. This church is fucked up, but I love it.
Yeah. Can I get an amen?
Hey,
man. Okay, so no heretics are being purged?
No.
We're just all passing?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just all passing. All right. We'll keep the cards, but erase the dice.
Okay.
I will clear out my dice from here.
So I guess the way it works is you just count up how much power you have, right?
Okay. So first, let's convert our dice to dice that are on like these stay.
What's that?
I just
What?
So, these dice they stay.
Really?
The ones that are on a card stay. It's the ones that are.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit. Oops.
My bad. Okay. Hang on a minute.
I think I had a.
Oops.
That was bad. I apologize. Hang on. Let me. Okay, wait. I could choose a side.
This one. Oops.
You rolled a 6 last time, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
Oh, how did you drag out those rolled dice?
Okay, so you grab the dice. Okay, so you can't. You put your cursor on the die. And you, okay, so you. All right, so.
Oh wait, no, that didn't do it.
Awesome.
Thought I had it,
What the heck?
and no.
Worked for me. Maybe I can't. All right, let me see. Let me roll for myself. 5d6. Yeah. Okay. So when you hover over it, it should look like a star. See. Okay. Let me show you. Can you see? Okay. Can you see that?
Ah, yeah, that's it's not giving me that.
Do this number, and then it should appear like that. See? Boom. See? Just grab the 3, move it over to there, and it should do that. Does it do that?
What mode are you in when you hover over it?
Oh, I have. You have to be in the select move.
Oh, okay. Is it in select move?
Dragon was able to do it. How'd you do it, Dragon?
Yeah, I held it over. It gives me the 4 directional arrow. Hold left click and drag.
Yeah, left click and drag. So
Yeah, I'm not getting the option to.
Yeah,
when I hold over one of the dice I rolled, it gives me the text cursor, not the move cursor.
Interesting. Are you on select move?
Yeah,
Weird.
maybe it just doesn't like me.
Maybe it likes you too much.
and yeah, and you have the color. I don't get it. Hold on, let me see if there's anything that got selected. Do I have anything selected?
Oh, maybe I just rolled too many or something. Now it's letting me drag this new one.
Go to my settings. Do you have enabled advanced dice?
Okay, I don't have. I do have advanced dice enabled. Okay. Maybe I just rolled too many. Because when I just rolled the 1, it
That was okay.
letting me. So weird. Okay. Anyway.
All right. Sorry.
No worries. Okay, so here's a 4.
Awesome.
I didn't get a 3 or 0 or 1. Thanks again. 1.
Well, once you create one, you can just copy and paste it. Yeah.
Hey.
I agree that 3 is the ideal number of people to play this with, but I can see why you could do this with like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, it's possible. You just have multiple dragons or girls.
Yeah. Power goes to 3.
Okay. And I believe the dragon is at the controls.
I believe that is correct. Well, that was an interesting decade or so that we just had. Now that things have calmed down a bit, I wonder what I should do next. Well, I suppose the smart thing to do would be to continue my attempted takeover of the Universal Church of the Ironclad.
No.
So I'm going to give this a roll. 5.
So you just take it over now, right?
I believe so, yeah, because they've got one more than the loyalty.
Yeah. They only have one loyalty.
Excellent. So
with all those dice readied. Brutal.
So those 3 red dice belong to him now?
I think so. Yeah, they are the dice of the Universal Church.
So when you captured it, you take the dice?
Now the previously rolled dice get distributed to charges.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. So what happens is, after the Emperor of Mankind raises up and takes his, or attempts to take the role of leadership of the church, that whole purge the heretics thing, well, that gets out. And suddenly a whole lot of people who consider themselves heretics aren't so happy with being part of the church anymore. So they decide that, instead, we're going to do things differently. We are now the Church of the Schism. We are going to embrace differences and embrace heresy and embrace chaos. This really is turning into Warhammer 40K, isn't it?
Yes.
So I get the odd die. You, Leo, get the even die. These are now all mine. Paste. And paste. And paste. And this, choose a side, is 1. Let's see. What charge comes from this? Ooh. Power of the people. Because everyone, everywhere, after this schism in the church, feels like, if they can do it, if they can go their own way, well, then anybody can go their own way. We all have the power to affect change. So there's a real empowerment movement going on that I intend to take advantage of.
Right.
All right. Well, I think that there's given the mounting climate change crisis, there's an attempt, an attempt to use or there's testing of some geoengineering. So maybe it can be turned around, maybe even weaponized. But that that's playing with fire. That's dangerous. That's the gun. And I'm looking to bump loyalty because once you use once you this initial testing goes badly, it's like, oh well, okay, maybe we can't mess with climate change. Maybe there's only the only safe route is to, yeah.
Maybe we should accept it.
So I'll roll it just because, but I guess these two go and the power goes up.
Okay. And because it's the gun, rolling a
and it's a
4.
4. So all of our personal loyalties and powers go down. Because that's cool.
Because that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not, by my actions, speeding the game towards its inevitable conclusion at all.
Well, it has to end sooner or later.
Yeah.
Ooh. And did you want to, Leo, did you want to talk about your charge of the war?
Yeah, the war. Well, the Emperor of Mankind is not going to take too long into this power of the people nonsense. Because he gave them free casinos, for God's sake. But little did they realize the Church of the Ironclad was really good at making ironclads. So, I mean, the inevitable war of we have more ships. It swayed some people to come back to the real ruler of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Who's paving the way for the Messiah? Alright. Which I will use that to give a little power to the Emperor of Mankind. So does that increase the power because you said this does not increase the power because there's already power dice there, right?
It's not because there's a power dice there, and you're looking to specifically increase its power, right? So
yes.
you need, since he has loyalty 2, you'll need to build up 3 die stack to bump it up.
Really? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do I overthrow his power or not?
No, that just sits there.
Yep.
Okay.
Waiting for an opportune moment.
Okay. There you go.
But it should probably be kind of down with down over there, so it's clear that it's addressing power, not meaning.
Okay.
And you can just sort of extend for stacking, just extend down, I guess.
But if I put a third dice down, it doesn't increase power because I need 3 of my dice, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just want to clarify. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see.
Dragon.
Well, since my worthy opponents have both taken up the power of the gun, I think it's about time I do the same. Where shall I put it? Well, I think the most logical place to take the power of the gun right now is to attempt to take some of the steam out of climate change's sails So I'm going to attack these 2 die that are trying to up your power.
Ah.
I know, right? It's cruel of me. So how do we do that? So there's a lot of there's a lot of really brute force, old-fashioned ways that people are using to fight climate change, and it's stuff like setting off charges to I don't know. Brain is not working, but like violent ways to prevent climate change. So it's not that they're trying to deny climate change; it's that they're trying to steal away some of its power. Random side. 6.
Yikes.
So do I get to choose which one of these die it takes away?
Yeah, you can totally take away the higher one.
I think I will.
Does that mean both our powers and loyalty drop by 1?
It rolled a 6, so I think that means just the loyalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the loyalties.
Yeah, because nothing else is higher than 6.
Loyalties are 6, so they can't go anywhere. Well, forward.
No, they can. They can definitely go lower than 6. But at this point, if we were to roll a 6 on the gun, it wouldn't do anything to our loyalties, right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right, and that's my turn. World, your turn now.
All right.
Go world.
Go world.
Why would you do this thing?
One does what one is programmed to do.
Well, I think I'm probably gonna do that. No, I'll use main die. I think that the thing about the church schisming is that really a lot of the members do feel free to, worship the pleasures of the world, even if it's under new management. I mean, that's especially then. And when they dedicate their sexual congress to the earth, to the replenishing of the earth, they get a bigger charge from it. It's just it's just it may be heathen, but it's blessed. There we go.
Nice. Tied it to sex. That helps.
Well, obviously, the Emperor can't have that. So he's like, hey, I want debauchery on my terms.
In my casinos, damn it. I need to make money from it.
Yeah, taught about condoms, not spraying STDs, Planned Parenthood, not
the
being
Golf
fake.
Channel.
Exactly. So he comes out with the gun.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, time to weed out. I'm gonna try to boot you. See what happens. Oh!
Shit.
Does that mean I get both of them?
Yes, it does.
Oh no!
And it changes.
Okay. That also means we all lose our personal loyalty by 1 point.
Yeah.
Our personal loyalty?
Yeah, our quarrel, because he rolled a 5.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, doesn't that drop power too? No. You're right. Just loyalty.
Yeah, just the loyalty.
Okay. So odd goes to you, Brad, right? Or even goes to me.
Odd goes to the person who takes over.
So I get both of these dice.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Sorry, Brad.
Nicely done.
And those 3 dice, my dice, damn it.
This is definitely a pivotal moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I worked hard to get that 3 power, damn it. Let's see here. Alright, so what happens to the church after the purging?
The binging and the purging.
The binging and the purging. Wait a minute. It is now changed to the long, glorious church of Carnival Cruises for mankind.
Honestly, at this point, I think we're all winners. No matter what happens.
Church of Carnival Cruises for mankind. All right, there we go.
And you get 2 charge.
Oh, 2 charge from that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can just like change the war to something else. I'll move this out of the way.
Let's see here.
Does the power of the people still has 1 charge though, right?
Yeah, I do. I still have 1 die on that.
I think the war is over. You know, Church of Carnival Cruises.
Could be war is over.
The war is over.
War is over.
I think rebuilding the church is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, damn it. Didn't correct it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Rebuilding the church.
All right.
Okay. Joe Dragon.
Yeah. What say you?
What's life without a little chaos? You know, in the middle of all of this, I find my thoughts once again turning to those mechanistic cyber zombies. Those poor bastards that everybody just seems to ignore. I think they need to be back under my fold again. So, once again, I start once again, I start reigniting their passion, reminding them of their own personal power, so they can no longer be slaves to the world, no longer be slaves to a deity, but to be completely free.
Under the dragon's control.
Under the dragon's control. Well, under the dragon's influence.
Yes, okay. Crap. I didn't like that last go round. That didn't go well at all. This whole turn has been kind of crappy for me.
Been kind of a clusterfuck.
Yeah. I just
It's a new generation taking over. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So if I do nothing, that'll change over automatically. If I roll against it, there's only a 1/3 chance of slowing it down.
Mm-hmm.
If I put my own loyalty on it, that'll get wiped when it changes over.
Mm.
If I fiddle with the church, there's so many dice available to defend it. It's ridiculous.
It's true.
Yeah. Oops. Go. Wait. How can that possibly be right? Oh, because there's a whole other row. Okay. There. I messed things up. I think... but do that. No. It's. I think it's time for something new. Except that can just get fucked up.
It's true.
Yeah.
Lots of opportunities for new things, though.
Yeah. Let me see. I think. Oh, I should spend the die on the cyber zombies, no matter what.
Yeah, good idea.
And I want to. I'm just going to. The cyber zombies as their last directive under the influence of the world is to shore up the world's defenses against these humans that are running rampant and increase the power of climate change.
Excellent. Smart.
You're freaking kidding me. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh,
wow.
Now I just feel bad.
Well, that's my turn.
In the course of rebuilding the church, Emperor Mankind says we need to help prevent climate change.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we have massive cruise ships but we still have a lot of ocean. But we need to maintain the land in order to keep these ocean barges for making money and feeding everybody, So we need to find a way to make clean burning coal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Clean burning coal is a die towards bumping up its power.
Pumping up the power? Okay.
Well, promising clean burning coal is a die to take over climate change.
Okay.
Actually, doing clean burning coal would be upping the power. As always, I am presented with a puzzle.
And it sure looks like we're not going to finish this as a one-shot.
No. Should we? No, I'm not going to be. All three of us, Chris, Jason, and myself, are not going to be available next week. Here's my thought. Sorry, just to interrupt for a second. If we have the time, let's do one more round, because I kind of feel like if we had another round with the gun,
Okay.
that would probably bring things closer to the end. What does everybody think?
Well, okay. So we're in round 3.
Yeah.
But we're only going to be generating 4 power on our. Well, I don't know. I think another round is probably going to take. Okay. How about we get to the end of this round?
Mm-hmm.
And that's still going to take us to like 8 here, 9. 9 mountain.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's do that. All right, I am going to take over the mechanistic cyber zombies. Haha! I take over the mechanistic cyber zombies, and I give you the world 2 charge dice.
Nice. There is at least that.
Nice. Exactly. I say that you are now green. I will delete that die. Delete that die. And I will say that mechanists are now cyber angels.
And yeah, what does...
I'll be right back.
What does that change? Oh, okay. So... I think that is a powerful supernatural effect, changing the cyber zombies into angels, and in the fashion of why are you doing that? Okay. The fashion of Mage the Ascension, that generates some paradox.
Yeah. Paradox. Line of it.
Okay.
All right. And
and I guess that now it's my turn.
yeah. So I'm going to spend my last charge.
That happened before my turn. It was yeah, I didn't do a thing. I just was on the receiving end of
oh
this
yeah, but
charge.
it's your turn. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just skipping ahead. I'm being done.
Okay. And
What's paradox?
Oh, it's
Sorry.
Okay. So if you've ever played Mage the Ascension, the White Wolf game,
Yes.
it was generated whenever you did something blatant in front of the normies, or did anything like big magical. and the changeover of turning the cyber zombies into angels generated a whole bunch of a fair amount of paradox.
Definitely generated at least 2 dice worth of paradox.
Yes.
Nice.
And that paradox, or at least the first bit of it, is manifesting in the just sort of a growing acceptance in the world of the real and actual nature of climate change.
Nice.
So I'm looking to remove some dice if I can.
Okay. So you have to roll above, right? Or similar. Ooh. So you probably take out that 5.
I'm gonna take that 5.
Nice.
So both those dice are gone, right?
Yes.
Church of Carnival Cruises for Mankind. That's so awesome.
So you said you were going to do what you're going to do?
Yep. I'm going to increase the loyalty of the church since we saw what happened. Unfortunately, the words of the heretics against Carnival Cruises and their Planned Parenthood and all this stuff, that we are making sure that the world, we're not put too much strain on our resources. And wow. So we're trying to rebuild the loyalty. Like, the Emperor of Mankind was against the whole burning the heretics. I didn't want to kill all you people. But you made me do it.
It's not my fault.
Here's 9 tickets to Celine Dion. Here's tickets to Celine Dion's concert. Oh, okay. All right.
Virtual Celine Dion.
All right. Dragon.
Okay. Emperor of Mankind is having some questions about whether or not he should stay loyal to the church.
Nice.
The dragon is whispering in his ear and saying, maybe it'd be better if you did this.
Nice. Or not nice.
No, it's not nice at all. It's me. Brad, your turn.
Yes. Well, I how do I want to proceed? I think that I think that the church, sort of like those zombies turned angels, have been now that they're in this sort of Carnival Cruise atmosphere, have been dickering around with the forces of magic, and it's taken its toll. Some key members may in fact be losing their minds. You're kidding. Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, now, okay, I got a question for you. If I put a dice in loyalty, right,
Mhm.
and I raise it to 2, does that mean now you have to put 3 dice in there?
Yes.
Okay, just all right. Well, obviously, I'm going to do that because that seems instead of well, I mean, I could kick your dice out, but I feel like if I raise my loyalty, it gives me a better defense.
Sure.
Just being so that raises my loyalty to 2, right?
Now, does that raise loyalty at this point, or does it need more dice for that?
If I put
Oh
2
no,
dice,
it has to be. It doesn't raise loyalty yet. It has to be. You have to get 4 dice because it has to be overpower.
oh, that's what I was asking.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. So if you want to say re-roll that for as a, well, if you just want to apply that to kicking off
I'll
my
re-
die, you can do that, but retroactively
I'm,
because yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that is successful. Yeah.
I rolled a 2. I
Okay.
re-rolled it. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they're like, nope.
Nope.
No. What was your thing? I'm sorry.
Oh,
It was
it was paradox-induced madness.
madness.
You know who else likes to take a lot of cruises? Psychiatrists.
Well, they take all the mad people onto the Arkham Asylum Caribbean cruise, and the ship's captain's name is back. All right.
Oh, this is so much fun. Okay. I'm going to whisper a bit more in the ear of the Emperor of Mankind.
Damn you.
He's sort of halfway convinced. He's sort of halfway like, yeah, okay, I can see your point, but free
Well,
cruises, man.
He's 2/3 of the way convinced.
He's 2/3 of the way convinced, but he's 2/3 of the way halfway to convinced. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
I think in dice. Let me see. How bad would? Oh no, it's not bad at all. Uh, guys, all this back and forth over climate change, over the church, it's too much. It's just a bit too much. And even the whisperings in the Emperor of Mankind, is I haven't concerned myself with it, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to pass.
It's just too much.
Wow, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, I can't have 2 dice there. So I'm gonna go try to pick my Emperor.
Right.
Oh, wow. So nothing happens.
Nope.
Is that roll 1?
Yeah,
If
I
you
think
roll-
that I think the missed die just is removed.
But I don't remove any of his, right?
No.
Okay, just clarifying. So the Emperor of Mankind's like, I mean, what the hell's the point of these Carnival Cruises anyways? I mean, really? Like, seriously. Horrible people.
Indeed, and he realizes that he has an even greater destiny.
Uh-huh.
2. So you get 1 die.
Okay.
Change. And I get 2. Do. Choose side. Do. So the Emperor of Mankind has a crisis of conscience, a moment of revelation. He realizes that, yes, for a while, being the Emperor was his destiny. But now, like all the great leaders of the past, he must step down and allow someone else to take his place as he goes on his own personal quest for redemption and just to understand what this world is all about. And so he takes on a new name, the name Nomad.
Nice.
And I am going to... I'm going to keep Power of the People. So I know it's a bit cheap, but I'm tired.
Okay.
Hi, World, your turn.
All right. I think I should. Well, okay. I think that. Time for. I think that. Those cyber angels, uh, even though they've just turned on the world and joined supernatural forces, they haven't had a whole lot to do, so they just maybe take a cruise, relax a bit, and come to find that fitting in with the world is not a bad thing. Maybe it's time to uh, uh, look into a new path, one that doesn't involve all that duty and dogma. Anyway, maybe.
Chaos. Weirdness. Maybe.
That's my turn.
The church is heartbroken over the loss of the Emperor of the Mankind. But the cruises have to go on. We have things to do. We have to continue to spread the word of these very cheap Carnival Cruises.
Oh.
That's dangerous.
Well, I feel that in his travels, Nomad is learning more about the world, and as he does, he is gaining in his own personal power. So I'm going to throw another die onto Nomad for making him powerful.
Power of Nomad.
The power of Nomad. All right, go ahead.
Right?
Oh yeah, sorry, that is me.
No problem. You were distracted by Cat, I understand.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, pay attention to me, jerk.
My turn.
Oh, and oh, Dragon, you do still have dice, don't you? Charged.
I do. I do.
Uh, I think. Think that I think that there's just a uh, series of hurricanes hitting the Gulf, and each one sort of makes the next one more devastating.
Oof.
Look at that!
Ah.
Much more devastating.
Much more devastating. Much harder to clean up afterward.
Yes.
Leo, your turn.
Damn. Two groups in about ready to.
Power up? Yeah. Oh, they are.
But the only way to raise loyalty is to put one more dice than power. And the only ways to change is if you put one more dice to loyalty.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to protect my interest over here on the climate change.
Oh, climate change has nothing to do with your interests.
It's near. Look at all these hurricanes that are happening.
The time for the Church of Carnival Cruises for Mankind is almost come.
Time to go on a Carnival Cruise. Just go to the ocean. There's no danger there at all.
Oh,
certainly not if you're in a Carnival Cruise. Oh, nice.
Does that mean I take that 6? Or
You
do
do
I
take
just
that. So yeah, you can.
So I was trying to kick one of your dice out.
Yeah.
So, but you said if I roll the same dice, I can capture it. Or how does that work?
Okay.
Or is that favorite?
If any of the dice in your opponent's conflict pile shows the exact same value as the die you just rolled, you have captured those dice. Move them from your opponent's pile to yours. None of the dice is discarded. Neither are yours. Neither yours nor theirs. So they sit there under power, but you control both of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Or you can just use it to cancel.
So
a die other than the 6.
You would still have 3 dice, and I would have 2 under power. Or how's that work?
So if you captured, then we'd both have 2 dice under power. If you removed one, then I'd have a 1 and a 6. And that'd be it.
Or a 1 and a 1.
Well, I could.
No. If you cancel, you can cancel one of the one. No, actually, if you cancel, you can cancel out both 1s and leave the 6.
Good point. Yes.
Or I can capture. I think the better part of Valor is to destroy.
Mm.
There you go. I'll leave you the 6.
Damn it. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have raised the loyalty all the way up to 3. Because now there's just no way I can bump up the power.
It's painstaking.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's probably going to be yours for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, I have to put 4 dice in climate change to change the name.
Yeah.
So.
My turn?
Dragon's turn. Oh, look.
Well,
Power.
I think we all see what's coming next. I'm going to, in the midst of these terrible, terrible hurricanes, and in the midst of the Church for Carnival Cruises of Mankind coming in, and obviously, flogging their own agenda rather than the agenda of the people. Well, there's an opportunity for Nomad to come in and help where he can, and once again learn more of his own personal power and his own personal ability. So yeah, I bump his power up to 2.
Yikes.
And those dice are all gone because that's not... When you increase, there's no charges made, but when you decrease, there's... All right.
Okay, I just want to check on...
This is a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, there's enough mechanics and crunch to sort of keep it going and to keep your mind going that way. But at the same time, there's this really fascinating story that's coming out of this.
You can be as serious and as fun.
Yeah, exactly. I swear, Church of the Carnival Cruises for Mankind, I'm stealing that idea at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I am stealing that idea because that's brilliant.
Okay.
We don't go through the cosmos killing all the xenophobes. We want you to join our luxurious cruise.
Learn how to be one with your fellow living beings by hanging out together at the buffet table, playing shuffleboard. I have got.
Well, okay. This turn has really been one whack in the nuts after another. I'm just gonna pass.
It kind of has been, hasn't it?
I think I'm gonna pass it. Yeah.
I have no choice but to pass, so that's the end of the turn.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I figured. Look at all those dice that the girl has. There's no way she, I was, I was afraid what you're going to do with them.
Well, I just want, I would fully want to play it out, but it's getting late.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Steam is starting to run out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's no problem.
There's upsides as well. I mean, you are ending the turn in control of the Church of Carnival Cruises for Mankind, so you've got a fair amount of dice to play with, and yeah.
Well, technically speaking, my dice doesn't change right now. What I have left over for my dice,
yeah,
doesn't change.
You're exactly where you were.
Yeah.
And somehow the dragon is starting the next turn with 8 dice available.
8 dice.
I think 7.
4 for the dragon personally. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Cyber Angels are only power 1.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that out loud?
Well, I could have kept going, and
oh yeah, for sure.
Because the dragon didn't have any more dice.
Yeah.
I was out of dice.
You only had 3 dice. I could have kept going, so
Mhm.
I would have kept going. But like I said, I'm really tired right now.
We're coming down to end of the. So that's the end of that round. It's interesting because technically, according to dice, the girl and the dragon are tied, and the world is just down by 2. So what do we want to roll off? Do we want to just say that this is an ongoing story for later?
Yeah, I think we should just save it, and should this, like particular configuration of available people come up again, then we'll do this.
Excellent. I love this idea. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna delete all the dice that aren't on engines.
Wait.
But I will not. And I guess I will go ahead and advance the gun's power.
To 4. Oh, the gun. The gun is interesting. The gun is very, very interesting. Because we've had our loyalty cut in half over this game, and a power loss of 1 just because of the gun. Like that's none of that is personal attack. That's all the gun.
Yeah. And let me see. So the sequence was I passed, then Leo passed, then
I passed.
And you had did you pass before I went because you were out of dice, or did you use your last die?
I used my last die. That was my last turn before I passed.
Okay, so if we come back to this, it'll be my turn.
Absolutely. Should we make a turn initiative thing?
So yeah, I'm gonna make a. I'm just gonna put a box around it.
Put a box around the world.
Yes. All right. Cool. So I am I'm a bit curious. Leo,
Yeah.
what have you been up to on the internet? How's that campaign going?
Well, unfortunately, we had to end it a little sooner than we expected. Unfortunately, 2 of the party members couldn't make it for our last session.
Oh.
And I couldn't ask the guy to continue staying on for another week. And I'm like, I've been that way before, where they just drag on forever, like postponing. And I was like, I'm not going to hang you on. You gave me 2 weeks notice that you're quitting the campaign. But he kind of ended it on a really nice note. The way I was going to end that campaign was they were fighting the Elder Gods, the Cthulhu, basically.
Well, yeah, you have to end the campaign after you kill Cthulhu.
Yeah.
They don't kill Cthulhu.
Okay.
What happened?
That's probably better too.
Yeah, the Elder Gods were trying to invade the planet. They hadn't succeeded yet. What happened is the story arc for the Dark Tower was that Alucard, one of the wizards, went to fight a necromancer that rose an army of zombies, basically, and was taking over the world. And so in order to save humanity, Alucard removed his pocket dimension from its plane of existence to the primordial plane, and it caused a little rift to happen and all this stuff. So basically, the character's arc ends with them becoming gods for the dimension. Basically sealing off the ability for the gods of chaos to infect the dimension. So, because now gods are back in charge. Because basically, and so that's kind of the end of the campaign. Is everybody became a god in the campaign. So I was only supposed to have 1, but because we didn't weren't able to roll off the final battle or do the final boss battle, if I just said everybody gets to become a god instead of just one person.
That's fair. Yeah.
Except for that one guy.
Except for that one guy that left. No, he was a great player, and I wish him all the best. I hope he goes on to do bigger, better things. But he said he was going to come by periodically, in and out, but he just couldn't commit to being there every Sunday. Just too much stuff. So, but go to Wizard Darna. I'll update you on all the new stuff. The new name is The Last Tower. There's one last place of evil where there's goblins and trolls, and the new party is going to try to get rid of them of what's left of from the last tower. So
Cool.
Campaign starting soon.
Nice.
Joe, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, a couple shoutouts. I don't know what we're doing here next week, but the week afterwards, we are going to be back at. We're going to be back with Cartoon Action Hour, Nissan Shigo. When last we left our heroes, they were in the middle of a karaoke bar that was about to get into a big slobber knocker, possibly with a bunch of pirates. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Other than that, that's it. So looking forward to that.
Very cool. Those pirates, they must eat ninja stars.
Indeed.
So you can find me here on Twitch live at twitch.tv/RPGlory or on mixer.com also /RPGlory. If you want to check out the archives, they're fairly extensive. That's at YouTube.com/C/RPGlory. If you want to yell at me directly, that's on Twitter. That's RPGlory, DOTCOM. I will be back on Wednesday for session 1 after a session 0 character creation of Innocence Lost, which it's going to start off as a cyberpunk campaign, and I'm playing a robot. It's cool. Using Fraser Simon's The Veil, and after a point we're going to start switching back and forth between The Veil and Tales for the Loop, doing flashbacks into the 90s Ukraine right after the breakup of the USSR. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. On Saturday at an undisclosed time. It's not going to be at 4 p.m. and it's going to be at some point in the day earlier than that. We're still working that out. We'll be doing the Eschaton, which is a Power by the Apocalypse hack that I've been working on that is set in a transhumanist sci-fi milieu, and in which each of the PCs has their own organization, including 2 of them having their own world. And then next Sunday, we'll be doing something. Maybe video games, maybe yet more Eschaton, maybe something else. I don't know. Something. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe, follow, share, all that stuff. I would very much appreciate it. And have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.